Hello everyone. So today I'll be talking about first aid for bleeding. To start off, I want to talk about nosebleeds because it's quite common. And so the first aid is we should ask the patient to sit down and bend forward. By doing that, we prevent the blood flowing back into the respiratory tract, and we can prevent asphyxia. And then we should ask the patient to hold the cartilaginous part of their nose. The patient can do it on their own, and also if we can give a dressing to keep under the nose. And the patient can the situation of the patient can be assessed after 10 minutes. And if the patient is still bleeding after 30 minutes, we should call an ambulance and send the patient to the hospital. And we should always keep an eye on the patient, because the patient, due to rapid blood loss, the patient can pass out. So we should have keep an eye out for the patient as well. So there are two types of bleeding. It can be arterial or venous. Arterial bleeding is uh, pulsating and it has a high pressure, but venous bleeding has low pressure, so it oozes out of the wound. And arterial bleeding is bright red in color, but venous bleeding is darker in color. And because arterial bleeding occurs under such high pressure, there's rapid loss of blood. So, first aid for arterial bleeding, we should ask the patient to sit down, and we can ask the patient to directly apply pressure on the wound using pressure bandages, or even if we don't have bandages, we can ask the patient to keep their hand on the wound. And even after applying several pressure bandages, if the patient is still bleeding, we can apply a tourniquet proximal to the wound, and we can ask the patient to elevate the injured injured side above the level of the head, if possible. And then we have to ask the patient to, and then we can put the bandage from distal to in the direction of distal to proximal direction. And after putting the bandage, we can check the pulse or the capillary refill time. The capillary refill time should be less than 2 seconds. If not, that indicates that the bandage is too tight. Then again, we have to loosen up the bandage. And also, it's important to look out for signs of shock, because the patient is losing a lot of blood, or the patient has lost a lot of blood. So, if the patient shows signs of shock, for example, pale, clammy, tachycardic, and feeling dizzy or weak, we should ask the patient to lie down and put the legs up if the legs are not injured, as if there's no damage to the spine, uh, or, or if there's any other contraindication. So the venous bleeding also, the same procedure must be followed, but there won't be as intense bleeding as arterial bleeding in venous bleeding, so it should be relatively easier to control the bleeding. And we should definitely, depending on the size of the wound and the amount of blood loss, we should call for an ambulance and take the patient to the hospital, because the patient might need fluid resuscitation to compensate for the lost blood. So that's it about bleeding. Thank you.